Hey everybody and welcome back. If you're just getting here, this is Tattoo Collectables and I'm your host Eric. Today on the show I got some what's in the mail for you. Now it's an all Flash episode this time, so we got nothing in the mail this week but Flash. I love Tattoo Flash and it's going by the wayside. I'll tell you about it here in a minute. And then we've also got a new Machine Heads episode. Y'all seem to dig those, so today we're coming at you with a new one of those. So, without further ado, let's get to this mail. What's in the mail? All right, everybody. Hopefully you're doing good this week. My Mr. Domo Tennessee Fighting Knife is ready for action. So, this week I got several pieces of Flash in the mail. This first one is it's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now, I ordered 3 sets of Flash from this guy. So he charged me $5 each time. We're about to see if he put them all in the same package because I contacted him and he said that he doesn't combine things. So we're about to see if he's truthful or not. Let's see here. Love it when these are in there real good. Okay, let's make sure there's nothing else in this bag, because you know me. All right, that's an empty soldier. So it looks like he was telling the truth. That's awesome. So I got this. Now these are Cherry Creek. They are used. They were used in a tattoo studio, custom tattooing by Don in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now, I'll go over these with you. So, here's a sheet. It's all biker stuff. This is all terrific sellers, okay? Now, if you've got some of this in your shop already, you know. These Cherry Creek ones, they fly, is what they do. Rand Johnson draws these. Now, Rand Johnson, he's been in the business for quite a while. And he pretty much knows what's what. He knows what sells and what doesn't. Every single one of Rand Johnson's designs are absolutely tattooable and beautiful. That's why this Cherry Creek Flash has been so popular over the years. Now this stuff is from 2001. So this is to me, this is fairly new stuff. But to you guys, this is almost 20-year-old Flash. This is antique Flash almost. Another year or two, you know, and after 20 years, it's pretty much an antique. So I paid, I think, $5 for these 4 sheets. Anybody in the industry knows that if you can get a sheet of Flash for under $1 or maybe a little bit over $1, the first time you pick this Flash up and use it, you made all your money back and then some. And these days, Flash is starting to go by the wayside. A lot of the newer guys don't even display Flash in their shop anymore. I don't display Flash in my shop, at least not like I used to. Okay, used to, it covered every surface. I had one boss that had me put it on the ceiling. And I said, why would you put Flash on the ceiling? And he said, for when people are sitting here getting tattooed and they look up. All right, so actually this is not a piece of Flash. This was supposed to be an issue of Saturday Evening Post, but it looks like they just sent me the cover. Now that kind of sucks, but anyway, how awesome is that? Now this, I believe, is Norman Rockwell. It was a cover of Saturday Evening Post, and it's from 1941. Now Rockwell was doing most of them back then. I'm not sure if he was doing all of them. So this one isn't technically a piece of Flash, but how cool is that on his chest? Like, I love this piece. I think it's awesome. Now this piece, I thought it was the whole book. It ends up it's not the whole book, but it is what I wanted out of the book. Now, let's make sure that he didn't just make a copy of the front of the magazine and send me a copy of it. And there's 2 ways to tell. One, look at the back of it. If the back of it doesn't have anything on it, then it's a copy. So, let's see. The back of it absolutely has an advertisement on it. So it's from that book without a doubt. I pulled it out a little bit so you can see that. And if there wasn't anything on the back, I was about to check this mailing. There's a little mailing label on the front of it. Now, these mailing labels are tricky, okay? I don't personally want that mailing label plastered all over something that I'm gonna frame. What I'm gonna do when I get home with this is I'm gonna take it out of this little plastic thing he sent it in, and I'm gonna hit that with a hairdryer. Now, normally what'll happen is that hairdryer will loosen the glue a little bit, and you can just pull it right off. I had a poster from Hell City that some dumbass had put a sticker on. Why you would put a sticker on a Hell City? And it wasn't even from Hell City. It had been a Hell City sticker, I'd have been like, oh cool, I got a sticker too. But it wasn't. It was just some rando dumbass sticker. Hit it with a hairdryer, whoop, peeled right off. Didn't leave any gunk or BS underneath it. It was awesome. So, technically not a piece of flash, I guess, but still gonna be framed and hung in the shop. I think people will dig that. Now, like I said, it is from November 8th, 1941. It's volume 214, number 19. So if you're out there and you're gonna search this one out, that is what you'll search out. Has an awesome chest piece of a tank on it. I'll get you better pictures of that. Man, I dig that. And the Saturday Evening Post, I thought the only one was this one right here, the Tattooist, but apparently not. Apparently they did a few of them with tattoos on it. So, this is our last piece this week. Now it says do not bend across it, I love that. This one is from Spring Lake, New Jersey. We get stuff from all over the country. I think that's awesome. Now we're gonna gingerly try to open this thing gingerly. Maybe Marianne. That joke. No rub. So, inside this is a piece of plastic. Inside that is a piece of cardboard. We're gonna reach all the way to the bottom. We're gonna make sure there's nothing in. Always make sure there's nothing in these packages. I ordered a Roy Boy poster with a bunch of other stuff, and when it came, I couldn't find the Roy Boy poster, and I almost ended up throwing it away because of the weird way they had put it in there. So always check the whole package. This one is going to be tricky because I don't want to cut the flash. This one definitely contains flash. Good thing I sharpened my Mr.Domo fighting knife. All right. Wonderful. This stuff, you're gonna love this. Make sure that's empty. Sometimes they'll send you a business card with it. This time they did not. So, in 1994, Jack Rudy was making cool stuff like this. Now, this is a piece of Jack Rudy flash. It is from Good Time Charlie's. He put out a ton of flash. He still puts out flash. Jack Rudy is the shiznit. I love the guy. I've never met the guy. Wish that I one day will. He's just a monster in the industry. And the subject matter that he does is always cool. It's always skulls and knives and stuff like that. Love this. This is not the reason, however, that I ordered this set. So in '96, Jack Rudy and my buddy Brian Everett, that we've talked about Brian before. I met him out at the Lyle Tuttle 70th. Alrighty, so here's what happened on this, it looks like. So we've got one authentic piece of flash. Oh, well, we got three authentic pieces of flash. And we've got a copy. See the difference in color? Well, the other two, and this is a 3-piece set that I ordered, all three of these are in the same color. This one is either a copy or it's newer. One of the two. It could be newer. Let's check out the images and see. You can always tell a copy because they just don't come out as well. But this one looks legit. It looks the same. There's nothing's cut off. And that's another way to tell, you know, if something's been cut off. Oh, look at that. That one is a copy. And here's how I can tell. See that right there? That is a little funk on there from a from whatever went on there. This one has the same little funk down there, so that tells me that that's probably a brand new, like a copy of this flash. But this flash is awesome. It's not laminated. It looks like it's what it came on originally. Now, this one says, "To Joel, Jack Rudy, 97 Philly." So this is a signed piece here. But these are by Jack Rudy and Brian Everett. And that is the only signed one. That's freaking cool, man. I didn't expect to get a signed piece. That one's signed right there in the corner there to somebody from Jack from the Philly convention, probably Philly 96. These are great looking flash sheets. There's a set of 3, and these are all by Jack Rudy and Brian Everett. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame those all in the same frame. I've got a Brian Everett card around here somewhere. I've got a couple of them. I don't have a Jack Rudy card. I'd like to get one of those, put them both with, you know, like I did with the Greg Irons and P.A. Stevens. They were at the same shop at the time they did those. Now, I'm not sure if Brian Everett was working with Jack or if they just super respected each other or what. But I love seeing these double collectibles. Now, this one that I do suspect of being a copy, I'm probably gonna either sell this one or give it away. So stay tuned, because if I do end up giving it away, it'll be given away on this show. But I guess we will see on that. So, now this, the color one, I think is probably the standout on this this entire set. You can tell by the feel of the paper that that's a legit piece. The colors are all very nice, and it's got a sheen to all the black, which tells me these were printed pretty nice. The other ones, it's hard to tell if. Now I know these are older because they are discolored, but they could be older copies. This one, it's got that old feel to it. But it ain't got the smell. Let's see these. See, do these have a smell to them? Not really. But this one. Nope, none of them smell. So chances are these were in a file somewhere and just kept really nice. Like I said, on this black and white stuff, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like, somebody could have made a copy of this, which I do suspect because of that little inconsistency down there. If somebody else has this sheet, this is sheet number, they didn't number them. We'll just call this the Fortune Favors the Brave sheet. If you have a Fortune Favors the Brave sheet, I would love to know if this little disruption right here is on your sheet. So comment down below if that is true. Please hit me with a comment. I would love to know whether these were copied or whether they are originals. And Jack or Brian out there, if you're listening, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you no matter what you got to say. So, at this point, if you've gotten this far in the video and you're digging it, man, hit that like and subscribe button down there. Like, we could really use the support. And if we can get to 1,000, we'll give away some stuff that's gonna trip you out. So, right now, we've got a new segment. People have been liking really well. This segment is called Machine Heads, and here's the new one of those. Hey everybody, welcome back to Machine Heads. This week on Machine Heads, I'm gonna show you a little something. It's one of my favorite machines, okay? And I got it years ago. Now, the maker of this machine is Soba, BJ Johnson. You all know Soba. And if you don't, look into it because you should know Soba. Now, this one says, what does it say on it? 2005. So Soba started making machines back in 1999, maybe 1996, one of the two. Soba, if you're out there listening, let me know. So a kid came in, and I do this all the time. I put advertisements up for people to come in and sell us tattoo machines. And I tell them any tattoo machine will do, I will buy anything. Now the reason I do this is to get tattoo machines out of the hands of these idiots who don't know what they're doing with them. And usually they'll bring in just crap, just Chinese bullshit, something that they bought on Amazon or on eBay, something that isn't worth anything. But I'll give them $20 for the machine. Everything else I normally throw away, because once I buy the machine, they don't have a kit that'll work anyway. So they normally throw in all the bullshit. And it's ink covered in bio and a pair of dirty gloves and a couple of used needles and a power supply that doesn't work for jack, okay? But every now and then, and this is why I do this, one is to get them off the street. You don't want, in your town, if you're tattooing, you don't want unprofessionals to have tattoo machines on the street. You just don't. So, but every now and then, you'll get one that is really great. Now, this is a Soba Prefab from 2005. As soon as I saw this, I suspected that it was fake. I had never seen this design before. It's a bolt up. Now, normally what he does is sandcast or machined, especially now that he's with Workhorse, he does machined frames. This one I thought was weird. It's reminiscent of a Workhorse, or not a Workhorse, a racehorse. It looks like one of his modern ones, just a bolt-up version. Now, the dead giveaway at first, especially for an older Soba machine, is the tiny skull on the back. Now, he used to put these tiny skulls on all the machines. Not so much anymore. He's gone away from that. Soba, I wish you'd get back to that. We love this. We think it's awesome. So let's hook this little bad boy up. Now, when I got this, I actually called Workhorse Irons. And this one on the back, it's numbered. It's a numbered machine. It is number 7 of 15. So it wasn't making a whole bunch of machines back then. And I feel really lucky to get this one. It's got a really great tube vise on it. It's got the little set screw in the bottom, so I never have problem putting tubes in this one. And it sounds, real tinny. No, it actually runs a little higher. There we go. It is a small groupings liner. And it's just as soft as you want it, like, especially for little, for 3s, type 5s, that's what I use this for. That's about all I get this out for. I've got 2 machines that do this, that do 3s and 5s. This is one of them. And I love it because it is super lightweight. This machine, I think the heaviest part of it is probably the base. And it's not very heavy. The base almost reminds me of a Jonesy base. It's kind of set up with the same geometry as a Jonesy. I just love this machine. This is one of my favorites. My guy that is getting all of my machines when I go to heaven, he said this machine will still be a daily driver even when I'm gone. That I let him use it once, and he loves this machine too. Now, it's got a super small gap. It's got it's probably a dime gap, and that's where I like liners. It's about a dime gap. This machine is awesome. It's an all-around good daily driver. If you can get one of these, get them. I think I gave the kid $100 for everything because this kid was a tattoo artist. He should have known better than to sell this. I got this, 2 other machines, power supply, and a bunch of other crap. And I think I gave him, I think he wanted my Stealth Rotary at the time. And I said, sure, here you go. So I took this one. It needed a little bit of upgrading. I had to tune it just a little bit. But other than that, that is all that I've ever changed on this. Now it does have brass fittings at the bottom, which are getting a little wallered out. So it gives me a little bit of play, you know, when I go to turn. But if I ever go to replace those, probably what I'll do is I'll just call Soba and see if he'll send me one out. Or hell, I might have to make one. Just stick that on the lathe and just make you one up. So this is a 2005 Soba Prefab. If you see one of these out there, do not hesitate. Hop on it. If it's under 500 bucks, it's worth it. So you heard how it runs. It makes beautiful tattoos too. This is one of my daily drivers. You see one like this, grab it up. You use it and you don't like it, give old Eric a call. I'll take it off your hands. That's Machine Heads for today. Hopefully you dug it. Back to Eric. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed this show. We didn't have a ton of what's in the mail today, but I thought what we did have was pretty cool. Love the flash, and some of it we'll display, some of it we'll put away. So, but here's my closing thought on the flash. A lot of these guys in the industry aren't buying flash anymore. They aren't putting it in their shops. We're seeing it come down everywhere, mainly because of the advent of the internet. A lot of reference now comes directly off the internet, which when I was coming up, we just didn't have. So a lot of the guys that are opening new shops, and hell, a lot of the old timers are taking this stuff down and they're selling it. Back in the day, Tuttle bought all his Zeisses when Zeiss went out of business. Everybody asked him, why would you do that? He said, because one day, these would be worth some money. And he was right. He sold a ton of them at his 70th. This kind of stuff is the same way. People are taking it down. It's going by the wayside. Buy it while you can, because right now it's cheap. It won't be one day. So definitely keep that in mind. That was almost $100, wasn't it? So anyway, until next time, what I want you all to do is I want you all to stay safe. I want you all to be nice to each other. And I want you all to keep on collecting. Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button down below and check out these videos. We've worked real hard on these too, and I think if you enjoyed this one, you'll enjoy those too.